Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. It's Emo Tiki here, and I'm all goth and emo and weird. And you know what my style would go good with? Fucking Dumbo. What the hell are we doing here, gentlemen? This is the Dumbo official teaser trailer. First reactions, and my god, this is a thing that's happening in 2019. I can say that much. Whether or not we're looking forward to it is kind of up to anyone's guess. But gentlemen, did this spark anyone's interest at all? I mean, it's kind of a big deal. I remember this kind of being it was almost like a threat of Disney live action. Like, it wasn't a promise necessarily. It was more of a threat. It's like, hey, you go see Beauty and the Beast, and we won't make Dumbo with Tim Burton. And then Beauty and the Beast became a hit. We're going to make Dumbo with Tim Burton anyways, you son of a bitches. Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't get that at all.
That's my Pee Wee Herman laugh.
God.
I thought it was appropriate.
Okay.
That's the laugh you hear whenever you get psyched by Tim Burton.
So, Sandy, are you laughing like Pee Wee Herman right now? Are you psyched?
Yeah, I'm pretty psyched. I mean, I think Tim Burton's from what I've seen from the trailer, Tim Burton seems like a really appropriate choice for Dumbo, considering there's just so much circus scenery and just so much stylistically to play with.
Remind me what the last movie Tim Burton directed was.
He did that X-Men parody, the Peregrine.
Oh God, I've still never seen that one.
He did that one
Mrs.
about
Peregrine School or something.
Yeah. The Peculiar Children movie.
There you go.
Big Eyes before that, which was like okay.
I like Big Eyes. It didn't set the world on fire, but I liked it. It was like, okay, well, Christoph Waltz is really good in that. So
yeah, I think Christopher Waltz is kind of a problem in that movie, but that's a debate to be had for a different time. I think he's overacting. Anyways, okay, I guess. So Sandy, you like it? Dragon, what are your?
Let's see. For me, I remember when we were all reacting to the news of said Dumbo movie with Tim Burton. It was definitely a head scratcher. It seemed kind of an odd choice, but I tell you, I was checking this out really out of morbid curiosity, and I kind of walked away from it. Well, I was more impressed with it than I thought I would be. I mean, just overall, I mean, it seems like Tim Burton, he seems to be kind of evoking the pathos of Dumbo. It's going to be different. It's going to be kind of more of like an adaptation, not a direct adaptation, but kind of like an adaptation of sorts. And it shows more promise than we had speculated in the past. At least, I thought. I think it's tapping into kind of, at least by a teaser standard, it seems to be kind of Burton getting back to form to an extent. So again, and I think Sandy brought up an interesting point. I think it was Sandy brought this up that. Burton does have a history with the circus and having a lot of fun with the circus. So I think I don't know. It sounds it's kind of an interesting point that I didn't really consider before. That Burton and the circus would be kind of a no-brainer. So
yeah, I'm just noticing all those tents down there. I'm just thinking of Pee Wee's Big Adventure with all the clowns.
Yeah, of course, Batman Returns and such, and again, like all the, so again, he's definitely got like a circus. He's got circus on the brain. So again, I was more impressed in this than I really thought I was going to be. I'm not, I'm not singing the praises quite yet, but I'm like, this is actually a movie. It's not just like it's not like a joke of what if Tim Burton directed Dumbo. So
right.
Yeah, and myself too. I kind of forgot about this. In fact, I completely forgot about it until the trailer popped up recently. Yeah, it's I'm just gonna keep it on the shelf, not really think about it too much because don't want to get my hopes up. But
for me, I'm way more stoked about Christopher Robin. Like Christopher Robin.
Well, out of the two, yes. I mean, come on, Christopher Robin looks amazing.
Yeah.
And look, Christopher Robin is probably going to be the most mediocre movie of the year for all I'm hyping it up. Like that's
I just want it to be pleasant, darn it. That's all I want. I want that movie to be pleasant and delightful.
Jacob, what's your take on the trailer?
This might actually sound like a bit of controversial statement here, but honestly, the animated movie itself, it really isn't one of my favorite animated movies even from the classic era.
Kill him with fire.
I mean, I like it.
Get the malt in here. Someone needs to have a conversation with the malt.
Someone chop his legs off.
And Tiki, I didn't like it enough. I didn't like the movie enough to want to go on the ride at Disneyland. So that tells you.
Okay, well, that's an entirely different thing. The ride is like a fucking off-the-shelf carnival ride.
I'm
still Dumbo though.
I wasn't really done yet.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jacob.
No, but like I said, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't dislike the movie by any means. It's just like even from the classic era, I wouldn't call it one of my favorites. But I mean, it's a good movie, and don't get me wrong. Baby Mine and Pink Elephants are still classics.
Mm-hmm.
As is Elephant Fly. I mean, don't get me wrong. Those are all great and classic. But and honestly, I mean, I am impressed by how this movie looks, and I mean, we can't really glean much from this trailer anyway. I mean, they didn't really tell them that much. I mean, obviously, it's going to be quite different from the original story.
I want this movie to be a more authentic circus experience than The Greatest Showman. If it's more authentic than The Greatest Showman, I think that's like a low bar to me. And if it meets that low bar, I'll be satisfied.
Dan DeVito wearing eyeliner. That's
oh God.
Is that something?
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've been waiting for.
So I mean, it's not one of the things I'm really hyping up like some of the others. But maybe if I see more, I definitely will.
If you had the choice between Avengers 4 and Dumbo. All right.
Yeah, I don't know, Tiki.
Yeah, like I said, I am personally like I love the animated movie. The animated movie might be one of my all-time best Disney animated movies. It's definitely in my top 10, maybe in my top 5 all-time best Disney animated movies. So I'm one of those people where it's like this is one of those stories you don't really touch. And that's why I'm probably the most skeptical of the 4 people in the room about this whole thing. The way I see it,
I'm more cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. The way I see it is the original movie is like 65 minutes long and it's perfect the way it is. And there's things in this trailer that I'm like, okay, like I'm not sure how I feel having like a kid be like one of the main characters. That seems a little, all right, let's see where it goes. You know, we'll see. So with that in mind, I also just let me point out, this screenshot that we have right now, visually this movie looks amazing. You know why? I'm actually just noticing Casey Jr.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on in this image.
Yeah.
So okay, let's get to it. Sandy, you have the controls over the trailer, so
all right.
Of course, this trailer is set to Baby Mine, which is a great choice.
It's the smartest choice of the whole teaser. Setting it to Baby Mine.
Pause.
Hold on. It's yep. There we go. So, yes, just to break this down for a moment here. So again, even with the first image that we started on, and this, and again this and the storks and everything, we really are evoking kind of the imagery from Dumbo.
Mm-hmm.
It looks from the looks of things, this movie you're kind of lean a lot on visual storytelling, especially considering if the elephants don't actually speak in this.
Oh God, if they speak, I'm gonna fucking boycott this movie.
So,
that's a line in the sand for me.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a moment there, because again, that was in our kind of our joking, speculative days. We were definitely going to like, oh, they're going to make Dumbo speak, and how horrible a choice that would be. But
no, they canceled Dumbo 2 for a reason, folks.
Wait,
yeah, because John Lasseter took over.
Yes, my point is that again, so those are the speculative days, and again, what we're presented with here, again, it's a teaser, so we're not 100% sure. But what I could find, I don't even see any voices kind of listed or credited. Like it sounds like they're going the visual over kind of our talking animal route here, which again I think is a very smart, it's a no-brainer, but it's a smart choice. And what
especially
really,
if they have humans in the movie, which is a choice that I'm not really all that crazy about.
well, I'm saying that
you need humans as like the circus performers and the ringleader and stuff. I'm not crazy about having humans being involved in the main story.
Well, here's how I see it. In the original, did Dumbo talk in the original?
No,
he didn't.
Pretty much all the other elephants did.
Yeah.
Do we know if we're getting a Timothy in this movie?
Do we know if we're getting who?
A Timothy.
From what all signs point to no so far.
Okay, well, that's
well,
what
we've got to.
Hold it, Sandy.
We've got to get a Timothy Mouse. I don't think how they, I don't know how they could not do that. Timothy Mouse is such a big part of Disney in general.
Well, here's what I really think they're going to do.
Not Jiminy Cricket, but
here's what I really think they're going to do with Timothy, and I think later on we have a visual that might support this. I think overall what they're doing is, I think Colin Farrell is going to be kind of our Timothy. I think Colin Farrell and the kids, but mainly Farrell, I think is going to be kind of our Timothy Mouse role, and that he's going to be
better at least have a cameo by Timothy, like they did with Jock and Jock and Gus Gus in Cinderella, where they at least name drop them.
Well, I mean, here's the evidence. I think that means that we're definitely suggesting that he's kind of in the Timothy roles. That he's wearing this red jacket later on. Again, very kind of akin to Timothy. I'm not saying that fixes anything. I'm just saying I think that's what I think confirms what they might be going for.
So, maybe he could have like some kind of like just little mouse companion, like a little friend or something like that.
I mean, like a little throwaway gag like that or something.
Okay, so beautiful shot composition here, Sandy. Go ahead and unpause.
We see, Storks and Jumbo, Dumbo's mother.
Let me say something here. Now, of course, you can't really see the elephant in the shot very well, but what do you guys think of the CGI elephants?
It looks okay.
I think they look great, honestly. They look a lot better than I thought they would.
I mean, honestly, they have to strike a balance. I mean, they can't make them. They have to make them expressive enough where they're not.
Pause.
They have to make them expressive enough to where they can, have expressions and stuff like that, but not too much where they look too cartoonish to fit in with the live action.
Right. I think they struck a good balance because I feel like the CG on them is really realistic, but the eyes are very cartoony.
Yeah,
and pretty much everyone and their mother knows that this is a remake anyway, so it's not really that much of a. I don't think it'll really probably unless it's too blatant. I don't think it'll be bothersome too much. Like, if you get what I mean.
Okay, so just overall, speaking of kind of again, we have the kids kind of introduced here and Farrell's character. So here, Farrell's character is called Holt, and from what I understand, what we kind of see here, is one arm, and from what I hear, they're going to, it's a guy who was a war veteran. He lost his arm, and he's the caretaker of Dumbo. It's from what I can find a cursory look on the.
I didn't know he was one armed. I didn't catch that. That's I've only seen the trailer once.
Yeah, so here's what I think they're going for, and why I'd like them to. Again, this is the stuff that's kind of intriguing me about the movie. If they mind this potentially, is that again? I think. Again, if you're not going to have a Timothy Mouse, I think they might have just kind of this guy kind of voicing, kind of bouncing thoughts off of Dumbo. And what I think they're going to convey is it's a guy with a handicap and kind of an elephant that's looked at differently. I think the theme of the movie is going to be how people look at you differently and how you process that. And I think that's kind of how these two are going to bond. And the kids might also, again, be kind of the more, be also something supportive, kind of boost that message as well. Perhaps.
Yeah, I can see how that could happen. Yeah.
Okay. Sandy, unpause. Let's get a good look at Dumbo here.
That's the thing, as you were saying to you again, the eye, basically the spatial
eyes
difference.
are the most exaggerated thing, and the ears. I like that they got the ears. It's like the big floppy ears, accurate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do think with the eyes, it's like maybe a tiny bit on the touch of the uncanny valley, where it's like, the fact that the eyes are a little exaggerated and the rest of it is really realistic. It does kind of give off that it looks great, but there's something slightly off about it.
Mm.
That doesn't bother me. So if he's getting a teaser's glance, it doesn't bother me. So
sure.
Well,
remember Dumbo. Yeah.
My take on that is like they haven't actually shown that much of him even in this trailer, and even here a lot of his face is hidden behind his ears, so it's kind of hard to judge.
That's true. That's a good point.
And again, the smart thing is like we're covering him in hay and everything, which kind of makes the effect look even better in places. It's like we're kind of covering with a practical thing.
Mm-hmm. And remember, Dumbo's just a baby, so his eyes are naturally going to be bigger.
That is a good point too. Yes. Okay. All right. Unpause.
That's a really great shot. That's
classic Burden right there.
Yeah.
Our set design and the period of it all looks very flawless. Looks very nice. Looks very.
When does this movie take place? Like around the same time as the first one, or the original one?
I presume so. Well, again, there's a war of some kinds going on.
And the first one was like released right in the middle of World War II. So yeah, I assume this is going to be a World War II movie.
Yeah, I don't think
Colin Farrell's character is a war veteran.
That's a thing. So it's either set during the war, like maybe at the end of the war,
like maybe post-war, like maybe
exactly.
like 1940.
I mean, obviously, it doesn't take place during modern day, but he could theoretically also be a World War I veteran too.
Yeah, exactly. Again, we're not entirely sure. But again, it could be like the start of the other. But again, we'll see. All
right.
I mean, those shots of those circus guys like remind me of like classic old school.
I'm not. Again, my one concern with this trailer is it's a little too Greatest Showman-esque, and this shot definitely kind of evokes the Greatest Showman of it.
It definitely looks like they're competing in a post.
That's what I'm saying, and I don't want this movie to just be like, "Hey, Greatest Showman did really well. We got to have Disney's version of Greatest Showman."
However, the exterior shots do look fantastic, though. Shots. That's what I hope the movie.
Honestly, just because trapeze stuff was a big part of Greatest Showman, this is probably the shot that looks the most like Greatest Showman. So,
well, the movie was in production before Showman was released. I don't think they're actually trying to compete, but
there's
a lot of the shots here actually remind me of like those big band musicals from like the 30s and 40s.
Wait, he's not one-armed. He has two arms. What are you talking about?
No, late in the early shots, he has one arm, and are we sure that in this shot it's Farrell? He might have like a prosthetic.
Oh yeah, that's definitely Farrell.
Well, he might have a prosthetic arm in this scene. I don't know. It's covered.
I mean, we only saw one arm, but are you sure it wasn't just? I mean, there's a much better look at Dumbo. I think. How do you think about that too?
Also, look at we see Mad Elephant in the background. That's kind of a tragic foreshadowing of
where.
See it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, she's being taken away in this scene.
Of course. Honestly, I just feel like Dumbo being completely like Dumbo. This is the thing that bothers me. The original Dumbo, it was a sweet movie, but it was also a little hard-edged because it was Dumbo just fending for himself. And it bothers me that he's got a whole family. Like if it was just him and Colin Farrell, like if Colin Farrell was the outcast and he was the outcast, I could buy that a little more. I don't like the kids. The kids are like the one element of the movie where they're really good at sell me on it.
Yeah, the kids are putting me off as well.
The kids are kind of like it almost kind of like softens the hardship that Dumbo goes through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I think we're instantly sold on Farrell because, of course, we saw.
I'm sold on Farrell. I fucking love Farrell.
And we saw the great work he did in Saving Mr. Banks. So
the focus might be entirely different, though. I mean, we still don't know like the full story of this movie yet.
You're right, Jacob. We don't. I mean, the kids, for all we know, could be in like 2 scenes.
Yeah, like and perhaps they lost their mother or something.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's talk.
Barrage of cool shots. So
let's talk Keaton here. So we have Mike Keaton. From what I understand, he's a character who's going to be trying to kind of take advantage of Dumbo, kind of the new commodity of the flying elephant.
Villain. I love that Keaton's the villain.
And from what I understand, he's kind of playing a very founder-esque villain too. Again, like a guy just trying to kind of market kind of Dumbo. So it's going to.
Hey, you got a flying elephant. You know what you need to do? Franchise.
I really don't like that silver hair on him, though. It just doesn't fit.
I like it. It looks ridiculous, but it looks ridiculous in like a Tim Burton kind of way.
It looks kind of natural, almost.
Okay.
I mean, Keaton's not exactly young.
Pause. I believe this might be the moment where Dumbo is like, I hope they recreate the burning building set piece because that was a really fun moment from the first movie.
Yeah. I wonder if they're like gonna take like kind of do like what other movie like how the first movie like kind of celebrated the circus. I wonder if this is gonna be like the kind of the opposite almost.
Could be.
I mean, because it's ever since like a lot of stuff came to light about how circuses work.
I wonder how they're going to do the roustabouts in this movie.
Probably they're probably going to cut those out.
I know. But you know what we need like right at the very end of the trailer? The crows.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I sure seen a lot of things, but I ain't seen an elephant fly no how. Pause.
No way.
Pause. Oh my God. Yeah, this is like, this sells me a ticket right there. Pink elephants and CG. Let me have it, please. I can't wait for the sequence. Like, honestly, if the rest of this movie sucks, I'm sure this sequence is going to be amazing.
I'll tell you what I think might happen to get us the pink elephants. I think, again, because I'm really sold on seeing Farrell bond with Dumbo here. I just kind of want to see like him either like he's getting kind of drunk just out of kind of depression, like he's getting,
that'd be great.
and then he kind of like shares some, or Dumbo like kind of takes some of his.
I definitely think we need to keep the drunken hallucination element of it. If they cut out the alcohol part, I'll be disappointed.
Right.
All right.
Okay, now this is a fun, of course, Blue. Definitely have some big fish reference here with the Danny DeVito yet again as a ringmaster of a circus.
Right.
It's kind of fun. This guy hit me. I was watching, like, oh my god, he hasn't been a ringmaster for Tim Burton since Big Fish. That's so nice.
He looks the character looks a little bit disgruntled, like he's he's unshaven. He's probably struggling with the circus. It looks like Dumbo's gonna get him some big bucks here. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of look he has on his face.
I love the kind of the whimsical look on DeVito's face. You're like, wow.
All right, next.
Here's Farrell in the red jacket. That makes me think Timothy.
Can I just say Farrell looks very Gaston-esque in the red?
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Pause on him.
I was gonna say, what's Gaston doing in Dumbo?
No one sets up a Disney cinematic universe like Gaston.
No one hunts elephants like Gaston.
All right.
No one ringleads the circus like Gaston.
Doesn't look like the burning building is going to be a part of the.
Yeah, I can hope. Okay, so that's about it. Yeah, Sandy, just get it back to the.
Oh yeah, one arm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. You're right. Yeah, just get it back to the first. Okay, that's fine, Sandy. Okay, final thoughts, guys, or that works too.
Well, I think I've said my piece. I'm just gonna put this on the shelf, just waiting for it to come out. I might go see it. I might not. I don't know. But yeah, it looks like a pretty good movie. I like that Tim Burton's directing it. I think he's a good fit. But again, it is just another Disney remake. I'm not too big a fan of that fact.
For me, my hope is that we tell Dumbo's story and we kind of do it and kind of tell him the story differently. We're going to tell Dumbo's story through the context of people and, more importantly, how they perceive something different. I really hope that's thematically what they're aiming for. And again, like it's kind of a different take on the Dumbo story. That again, I kind of admire the choice that we're not just copying Jungle Book. We're not just going to have our talking animal characters, which of course, obviously Dumbo shouldn't talk, and I didn't even think they would. Well, again, the fear was that they were going to make him talk, regardless. Even if they were adapting just from the animated film, you'd have every other elephant talking. We have Timothy Mouse, but I don't know, the way they're. Seemingly the way the film they're presenting in this teaser seems interesting, and to a point where I don't need to see this as much as I need to see Christopher Robin. But if I were to just like kind of luck into
Christopher Robin, I need to see the whole movie. The pink elephants, if I'm being honest. But the pink elephants alone is going to get my ass in that theater seat on opening night. I'll tell you that much.
Right. So again, if I were to luck into seeing this, or if I hear really good reviews, then I check it out. But aside from that, it's something I might be able to wait and see for. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, if it gets really impressive in the marketing, I might set out to see it.
Okay, Jacob.
Again, I mean, as I pretty much said earlier, it's not gonna be like one of my ones and like I was like, oh, I need to see this. But it's like. Depending on, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of Tim Burton, and I do like the original movie, and I do like some of the interesting directions they could potentially take this, but it's not going to be like on my go-to movie list like immediately yet. I mean, like I said, for all we know, this is the first thing we've ever seen from this, barring the image that we saw from like D23.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I mean, don't get me wrong, this does look interesting, but I mean, and I will, but I'm wrong. I will see it. I mean, probably just won't like unless it's something begins to really, really wow me, I probably won't go see it opening night or anything.
Yeah, me neither. I definitely won't see it opening night, no matter what happens.
Well, you know what? I care enough about Pink Elephants to see it opening night. God damn it! All right, folks. Thank you for joining us. We will definitely be doing a podcast for Christopher Robin when that comes out because I'm stoked for that movie, and I'll probably be disappointed about that movie because of how much I'm hyping it up. Because God damn it, that's just the curse I live. But thank you for watching, folks, and remember. No one betrays racism through crows like Gaston.
They didn't really do that at all.